Cardano has an incredible lineup of innovative and powerful projects that are just now starting to take full advantage of the solid DeFi foundation the team at IOHK has built. But today I'm going to talk to you about a project that could revolutionize not just the Cardano ecosystem, but the entire crypto industry and how the blockchain is used in everyday life. World Mobile is an incredibly ambitious project that's aiming to provide connectivity to locations that had no previous access to the internet, all while promoting the freedom and decentralization offered in Cardano's rich ecosystem and smart contract functionality. You definitely don't want to miss this one. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe and like on the way in. It means a lot to me today. We are connecting the unconnected with World Mobile, one of the most revolutionary real-world use cases of the Cardano network. So what is World Mobile? World Mobile is founder Mickey Watkins' proposed solution to the global crisis of connectivity. The United Nations has considered internet access to be a key enabler of human rights, yet over half of the world is still unconnected. With the ever-increasing reliance on the internet for basic necessities such as education, commerce, and healthcare, the problem worsens every single year. There's one big hurdle that makes any solution tricky and a logistical nightmare. Most of the people who lack access to the internet live in incredibly remote areas. It requires a lot of cabling and equipment just to give a couple of bars of service to a remote African fishing village. And this presents two major problems. Firstly, the energy consumption is immense, and with low population densities, the carbon footprint of each person ends up being significantly higher than your average city dweller. Secondly, maintaining this kind of system for a long period of time can be expensive and require a lot of manpower. Your typical impoverished local government doesn't exactly have the funds to give gigabit Ethernet to all their townsfolk. So how does World Mobile plan on navigating this incredibly tricky problem? Well, as they mention in their white paper, our solution addresses both of these issues. Firstly, the energy consumption of current operators constitutes between 20 to 40% of network operating costs, and we provide a lower power-intensive architecture combined with a solar and battery solution to significantly reduce these costs. Secondly, we introduced the concept of a sharing economy, which not only has the benefit of reducing operational costs, such as maintenance, security, and leasing costs, but also creates a self-sustaining model as node operators become incentivized in the growth and expansion of the network and its services. That's a lot of big promises, but can the team at World Mobile actually deliver? So how does Cardano tie into this? Smart contracts are more powerful than you probably think or realize. Academia has started to take notice of how powerful blockchain technologies can be when applied to everyday life, with a paper released for the 2018 International Conference on Wireless and Mobile Communications stating this: one of the biggest issues in IoT is how to maintain trust and security among millions, if not billions, of sensors that are getting connected with the network. The devices in the IoT ecosystem are the points of contact with the physical world. When IoT platforms use a blockchain-based solution for connectivity, authentication, time-consuming workflows can be automated in new and unique ways, achieving cryptographic verifiability, as well as significant cost and time savings in the process. World Mobile recognizes the potential benefits too, and so it's not surprising that they chose Cardano as the ecosystem on which to create their token. Smart contracts eliminate the middleman in telecommunications, which streamlines the whole process, while minimizing costs, risk, transaction times, and environmental damage. But that still begs the question, why the blockchain in the first place? How does a decentralized economy fit into the grand plan of expanding telecommunications to rural communities? Well, when I said World Mobile was ambitious, I meant it. Not only are they aiming to provide connectivity to these rural communities, they're also aiming to redefine their economies so that they're efficient, self-sustaining, and redesigned for an internet-focused future. We talked in detail in a previous video about how World Mobile planned to use a mixture of mesh Wi-Fi networks, specialist antenna, and fiber optics to extend the footprint of existing internet trunks, with the smart village used as a pilot village. So far, using these methods, they've given permanent internet access to a school and fishing market in Tanzbar, as well as 20 further mesh sites to be switched on by January of next year. Within the first 6 months of 2022, World Mobile aims to have over 120 20 sites up and running. But as the project expands, it's run into some challenges that required out-of-the-box thinking. In regions where cabling or direct RF access is impossible, World Mobile will be taking to the skies. By May of next year, World Mobile will launch a high-altitude aerostat and a series of stratospheric balloons to increase that connected footprint even larger. A big issue that prevents a lot of telecommunications reaching these communities is the logistics of having a centralized body manage and maintain the network for hundreds of communities spanning across hundreds of miles. The solution is simple and perfectly in line with the core philosophy of the blockchain. Why not just decentralize the management? Instead of having centralized bodies become node operators, the sharing economy encourages businesses and communities to operate the nodes themselves. As World Mobile discusses in their white paper, the creation of this sharing economy enables lower operational costs and more efficient allocation of resources. Moreover, the distributed nature of a sharing economy that is token-based makes the model highly scalable from a deployment perspective. Rather than relying on a centralized network operator to analyze the capacity and demand requirements of the network, which is forever in flux, the growth of the network becomes demand-driven by the communities that need access. These communities and businesses become node operators, having a share in the economy and earning from providing the coverage in their region. World Mobile is creating what they're calling smart villages, mesh networks that reward villagers and communities for facilitating telecommunications traffic and data transmissions. Rewards are given in a number of different circumstances, mainly in situations that encourage network traffic or put new people on the grid. This incentivizes communities to link with each other and create as big of a network as possible, while also encouraging them to maintain the network to an incredibly high quality. And because smart contracts handle a lot of the technical work, the system ends up being incredibly easy to use, while also providing low costs and high security, stability, and scalability. Smart contracts also provide an opportunity to reduce administration and bureaucracy in typical tedious jobs such as registration and authentication of IDs, which can be a logistical nightmare in a community that lacks the technology to make the process simple. Smart contracts can handle all of that through a digital identity, which creates a cryptographically secure environment for all users of the system. Now, all of this is fairly complicated to somebody who has never been exposed to the internet before. So World Mobile is ensuring that they deliver a solution that is both digestible and intuitive for anybody to use. While all of this is going on in the back end, all the villagers need to know is that they're getting paid to connect their friends to the internet. The token being used as a reward is World Mobile's native Cardano token, World Mobile Token, or WMT. There's a finite aggregate supply of 2 billion WMT, and most of it will go to node operators via rewards for operating and facilitating smart villages. That doesn't mean that you guys are completely out of the loop. You can get involved by holding WMT and supporting node operators by staking your tokens. There was a massive public sale that ran for 5 weeks in July of this year, but don't feel like you missed out. Just days ago on December 3rd, World Mobile announced their partnership with SundaeSwap, one of the biggest and most anticipated dexes on Cardano. On launch, you'll be able to swap your ADA tokens for WMT, and with SundaeSwap launching their testnet on December 5th, there's a lot of reasons to be an ADA holder right now. Mateen, CEO of SundaeSwap Labs, said this in regards to the partnership. World Mobile's goal is to connect the unconnected and incorporate the SundaeSwap AMM into the World Mobile app will be one of the first innovations of DeFi on Cardano within the mobile landscape. We believe the team at World Mobile are doing something truly special and are excited to be one of their partners. When a project as big and anticipated as SundaeSwap partners with you and lists your token as one of the first to be swapped on their exchange, you know you're doing something right. So that was a rundown of World Mobile and how they plan to bring connectivity across the world using the power of the blockchain and Cardano. And by the way, when I asked Mickey what was in store for 2022, here's what he said. 2022 will be a showcase of what is possible with balloons and a clear indicator that we are heading towards mass inclusion. This is an incredibly ambitious project, everyone, and one that I'll definitely be keeping an eye on as Cardano evolves even further to become the de facto DeFi token in the industry. What do you guys think about it? Tell me in the comments below. Will you trade some of your ADA for WMT once it's available on SundaeSwap? Do you think the sharing economy could be the future of connectivity? Let me know below. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hit the subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.